What if everything you've been taught about success in business is only half the truth? The world tells you that success is all about strategy, networking, and hustle. But what if there's a missing piece? What if the true key to lasting success isn't just hard work, but partnering with God? Most entrepreneurs chase financial freedom, yet many end up burnt out, directionless, and constantly stressed. They follow trends, attend workshops, and read bestsellers, but still feel like something is missing. Here's the hard truth. A business without God is like a ship without a compass. You might sail for a while, but eventually you'll hit a storm you can't navigate alone. The Bible is filled with divine principles for success, principles that most business owners ignore. But those who follow them, they experience supernatural favor, doors opening in impossible ways, and a kind of peace that no amount of money can buy. The good news, you don't have to figure this out alone. In this guide, I'll walk you through 10 powerful steps to start and succeed in business with God. These are not just business tips. They are biblical, battle-tested principles that can transform the way you think about entrepreneurship. You'll learn how to align your business with God's will, make decisions with divine wisdom, and build something that lasts, not just for you, but for generations to come. So, are you ready to stop striving and start thriving? Because once you understand how to truly partner with God in your business, everything changes. Step 1. The right mindset. Aligning your vision with God's will. The way a person views their business determines the level of success they can achieve. Many start their ventures with the wrong mindset, focused only on profit or paralyzed by the fear of failure. However, building a business with God requires a shift in perspective. It's about serving, making an impact, and prospering according to divine principles. Romans 12:2 reminds us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Without this transformation, any strategy will be superficial and unstable. The true entrepreneurial mindset begins with understanding that God is the real owner of everything, and the entrepreneur's role is that of a faithful steward. This means that every decision, investment, and strategy must be made with wisdom and prayer. Proverbs 16:3 teaches us, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Before making any business decision, an entrepreneur should ask, is this aligned with God's will? If the answer is no, it's time to change course. The business world teaches people to chase results at any cost, but God's principles show that success is not just about numbers. It's about the impact made. Thriving Christian entrepreneurs understand that abundance comes when purpose is greater than profit. Imagine someone opening a restaurant. If their only goal is revenue, they might succeed financially, but if they see their business as a way to bless families with healthy meals and a welcoming environment, they reach a deeper level of fulfillment and blessing. Shifting your mindset means reprogramming beliefs about money, success, and purpose. Many have grown up hearing that money is the root of all evil, but the Bible actually says, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. 1 Timothy 6:10. The issue is not having wealth, but placing it above God. When an entrepreneur understands this, they start making strategic decisions that reflect God's vision for their business. And this mindset shift is just the first step toward building a solid and blessed venture. Step 2. The importance of prayer and divine guidance. No business should begin without a solid foundation, and for those who want to build with God, that foundation is prayer. Many entrepreneurs rely only on strategic planning and market analysis, forgetting that true wisdom comes from the Lord. James 1:5 teaches us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." Prayer should not be a last resort, but the compass that guides every step of the entrepreneurial journey. Seeking God's direction means trusting that He sees what we cannot. One of the biggest mistakes Christian entrepreneurs make is making decisions based purely on human logic and then asking God to bless them afterward. But the correct order is the opposite. First, seek His guidance, then act in faith. Proverbs 3:5-6 advises, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." The secret to success is complete dependence on Him. Prayer in business can take many forms. Some entrepreneurs begin their day by dedicating their work to God. Others pray before important meetings, and some fast before making crucial decisions. Imagine a business owner choosing between two partnership opportunities. Instead of deciding based on financial gain alone, they pray and ask for discernment. Later, they realized that the seemingly more profitable option had hidden risks, while the other, though less impressive on the surface, was the one God had blessed for sustainable growth. Running a business without prayer is like driving without a GPS in unfamiliar territory. You might move forward for a while, but eventually you'll face obstacles that could have been avoided. When an entrepreneur makes it a habit to seek God before taking action, they receive clarity, peace, and strategies that no business mentor could ever teach. And when that connection with the Father becomes the foundation of the business, discerning the next steps He wants to reveal becomes much easier. Step 3. Purpose and calling. Discover the reason for your business. Starting a business just to make money is like building a house without a foundation. It may stand for a while, but when storms come, it will collapse. God does not call anyone to entrepreneurship without a greater purpose beyond profit. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." When a business is aligned with God's calling, it becomes a platform for impact, not just income. The first step in discovering the purpose of a business is asking, does this business glorify God? This does not mean that only Christian-based companies have divine purpose, but rather that any business can be used as a tool to serve and bless. An accountant can help clients manage finances with honesty. A restaurant owner can provide nutritious food that honors the body as God's temple. And an entrepreneur, in the digital space, can share knowledge that transforms lives. If the focus is only on making money, motivation will fade. But when the focus is the kingdom, prosperity follows. The Bible is filled with examples of people who prospered because they understood their mission. Joseph in Egypt was not just an administrator. He was a vessel of provision during a time of famine. Nehemiah was not just a builder. He was a restorer of God's city. When an entrepreneur understands that their work has a greater impact, they operate with more passion, resilience, and trust in God's provision. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. Many waste time trying to copy other people's success without understanding their unique calling. The true key to a blessed business is not found in market trends, but in alignment with God's specific purpose for each individual. When purpose is clear, challenges don't shake the foundation, because the vision goes beyond temporary difficulties. And with this understanding, it becomes much easier to create a financial plan that reflects God's principles. Step 4. Biblical financial planning. Principles of stewardship. Many people believe that faith and finances are separate, but the Bible is full of teachings about money, prosperity, and management. God not only wants His children to prosper, but also provides clear principles on how to handle the resources He entrusts to them. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. Proverbs 28:20. In other words, rushing and greed can lead to failure, but faithfulness in financial management attracts true prosperity. The concept of biblical stewardship teaches that everything we have belongs to God, and we are merely managers. This means that a Christian entrepreneur must make financial decisions with wisdom, prudence, and responsibility. Before expanding a business, making a major investment, or taking on debt, it is essential to follow solid biblical principles. Proverbs 21:5 warns, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." A well-thought-out financial plan can be the difference between a sustainable business and one destined to fail. In practice, this means adopting habits such as setting aside a portion of profits for God's work, investing wisely, avoiding unnecessary debt, and building a reserve for difficult times. A wise entrepreneur understands that their business finances should not depend on luck or improvisation, but on strategy and good management. Jesus Himself spoke about financial planning when He said, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it?" Luke 14:28. This applies to any business. Without a solid financial foundation, collapse is inevitable. Businesses that follow biblical principles prosper not just financially, but also spiritually, because they generate positive impact and testify to God's faithfulness. When an entrepreneur learns to manage resources correctly, they not only avoid financial pitfalls, but also create a path for long-term growth. And this financial organization makes room for another crucial piece of success: the balance between faith and action. Step 5. Work and discipline. Faith without works is dead. Praying for prosperity without being willing to work is like asking for a harvest without planting seeds. God blesses those who take action, who put their hands to the plow and do not look back. James 2:17 reminds us, in the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Faith is essential for success, but without effort, dedication, and discipline, results will never come. The difference between entrepreneurs who succeed and those who fail is often not talent, but the willingness to pay the price of growth. Discipline is what separates dreamers from doers. The Bible is full of examples of men and women who achieved great things because they were diligent. Joseph was a faithful administrator before becoming Egypt's governor. David was a dedicated shepherd before becoming king. And Paul wrote much of the New Testament despite facing persecution. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. Ecclesiastes 9:10. If God has entrusted someone with a business, that person has the responsibility to give their best every single day. In practical terms, this means developing habits that lead to success. A disciplined entrepreneur does not procrastinate, does not get distracted easily, and knows how to prioritize tasks that truly matter. This involves creating a productive routine, setting clear goals, and learning to manage time wisely. While many waste hours on entertainment without purpose, those who seek excellence are improving their skills, studying the market, and deepening their relationship with God. Proverbs 13:4 teaches, "A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied." Working hard is essential, but working with purpose is even more important. The world teaches that extreme sacrifice is necessary for success, but the Bible shows that there is a balance between effort and rest. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Psalm 127:2. God honors those who are disciplined, but he also teaches that trusting in him prevents unnecessary exhaustion. And one of the greatest proofs of this trust is the integrity with which we conduct our actions. Step 6. Integrity and Christian ethics in business. Success in business is not just about financial gain. It is also about how that success is achieved. The Bible is clear that integrity is non-negotiable for those who follow God. Proverbs 10:9 states, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out." In a world where cutting corners and deception are often justified as smart business, a Christian entrepreneur must stand firm on the foundation of honesty. God blesses those who conduct business with righteousness, even when it seems like the slower or harder path. Integrity in business means honoring commitments, treating employees and customers with respect, and being transparent in all dealings. A Christian business owner does not engage in false advertising, deceptive pricing, or unethical partnerships just to maximize profit. Instead, they build trust, which is more valuable than any temporary financial gain. Psalm 15:2-3 describes a righteous person as one who speaks truth in his heart, who does not slander with his tongue, nor does evil to his neighbor, nor takes up a reproach against his friend. In the long run, businesses built on trust thrive because people prefer to work with those they can rely on. Real-life examples prove that integrity leads to sustainable success. Many Christian-owned companies, such as Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby, operate based on biblical principles, and despite not following every industry norm, like closing on Sundays for worship, they have achieved massive success. This demonstrates that when a business prioritizes faith and ethics, God provides in ways that go beyond human understanding. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues with injustice. Proverbs 16:8. God's principles defy the world's logic but always lead to lasting prosperity. Choosing integrity does not mean the journey will be easy. There will be temptations to compromise, pressure to conform, and even financial setbacks. However, those who remain faithful to God's standards will experience His favor in unexpected ways. When challenges arise, integrity will be the foundation that keeps the business standing. And when tough times come, faith is the anchor that allows entrepreneurs to keep moving forward, trusting that God is in control. Step 7. Trusting God in the midst of challenges. Every entrepreneur faces challenges, financial struggles, unexpected market shifts, difficult clients, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who collapse under pressure and those who overcome is where they place their trust. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths." Challenges are not a sign that God has abandoned us. They are often a test of faith and an opportunity to see His power at work. Trusting God in business means resisting the urge to panic when things don't go as planned. A Christian entrepreneur must learn to replace anxiety with prayer and fear with faith. When Peter walked on water, he only sank when he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storm. Matthew 14:30. In the same way, business owners who focus only on problems instead of God's promises often make fear-based decisions that lead to greater difficulties. But those who keep their eyes on Him will find the strength and wisdom needed to navigate uncertainty. One powerful example of trust in difficult times is the story of Job. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, and his family. Yet he refused to curse God. In the end, because of his unwavering faith, God restored to him double what he had lost. Job 42:10. Likewise, many Christian entrepreneurs have experienced losses or setbacks only to later realize that God was preparing them for something greater. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Business setbacks are inevitable, but faith in God provides stability in the storm. The key is to develop a mindset that sees difficulties not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for divine intervention. Every challenge is a chance to grow in wisdom, deepen one's dependence on God, and prepare for greater blessings ahead. And one of the most strategic ways God helps His people overcome challenges is by surrounding them with the right people. Step 8. Networking and purposeful partnerships. Success in business is rarely achieved alone. Even Jesus, during His ministry, chose 12 disciples to walk alongside Him. In the same way, Christian entrepreneurs must surround themselves with people who share their values and can help them grow. Proverbs 13:20 states, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." The right partnerships can elevate a business, while the wrong ones can lead to failure. Choosing business connections with purpose is a key to lasting success. Networking is not just about making business contacts. It's about forming meaningful relationships that align with God's plan. Many people rush into partnerships based on short-term financial benefits rather than long-term purpose. But 2 Corinthians 6:14 warns, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." This doesn't mean Christians should avoid all secular partnerships, but they must be discerning. If a business deal requires compromising integrity or values, it is not from God. A partnership should strengthen, not weaken, one's commitment to faith. Real-life examples prove the power of God-led connections. Many successful entrepreneurs credit their breakthroughs to divine appointments, meeting the right mentor, investor, or business partner at the perfect time. A Christian business owner who prays for God to bring the right people into their life will often experience doors opening in unexpected ways. Proverbs 27:17 teaches, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." The right partnerships will challenge, encourage, and refine an entrepreneur into becoming who God has called them to be. Building a strong network requires intentionality. It means engaging in faith-based business communities, seeking mentors who embody biblical principles, and offering value to others instead of only looking for personal gain. When a Christian entrepreneur prioritizes meaningful connections, God orchestrates relationships that lead to success. And as those blessings come, the next step is learning how to use that success not just for personal gain, but to impact the world through generosity. Step 9. Impact and generosity, the true measure of success. In God's economy, success is not measured solely by profits, but by the impact a business has on others. Many entrepreneurs chase wealth, but the Bible teaches that true prosperity is about being a vessel of blessing. Proverbs 11:25 states, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." A business that aligns with God's principles is not just about accumulation, but distribution, serving employees, customers, and the community in a way that reflects His love. Generosity in business is not just about giving money. It's about creating opportunities, treating employees fairly, and serving clients with excellence. A Christian entrepreneur should ask, how is my business making a difference? Some companies choose to donate a portion of their profits to charities. Others invest in ethical business practices, and some simply ensure their workplace environment is one that honors God. Luke 6:38 promises, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap." Giving does not reduce wealth, it multiplies it. There are many examples of businesses that thrive because they prioritize generosity. Companies like Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby openly integrate biblical generosity into their models, and as a result, they experience incredible growth. But even small businesses can make a huge impact. Imagine a Christian-owned coffee shop that hires people in need, pays fair wages, and prays over their customers. This simple model of generosity turns a business into a ministry. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians 9:7. When business owners shift their mindset from how much can I earn to how much can I give, they position themselves to receive God's abundance. The more they pour out, the more He pours in. Success that is not shared is empty, but success that blesses others becomes eternal. And for Christian entrepreneurs, there is no greater way to seal their journey than through a powerful prayer, dedicating their business and future to God. Now that you've seen what it truly means to build a business with God, the question is, are you ready to take action? Knowledge without application is useless, and faith without works is dead. Many people dream of success, but only those who align their business with God's principles experience lasting prosperity. So, will you keep doing things the world's way, or will you step into God's blueprint for success? Think about it. What would change if you fully committed your business to God? Would your decisions be different? Would your priorities shift? Would you finally experience the peace and confidence that so many entrepreneurs lack? The answer is clear. When God is your business partner, everything changes. But He won't force His way in. You must invite Him into the process. Write in the comments, "God is my business partner," and see the power of this statement in your business from now on. So here's your challenge. Start today. Pray over your business. Ask God for wisdom. Implement the principles you've learned. And if you're serious about growing a business that glorifies God and prospers in the right way, make sure to stay connected, because this is just the beginning. Leave a comment below. What's one step you'll take today to align your business with God's plan? And don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more insights to help you thrive in business and faith.